So your hair is too thick on the sides, or you just got a haircut and you feel like it's still not laying properly, it's too bushy, your barber or your stylist didn't do the right thing. Well, I'm gonna show you, a couple of things on why that's happening and how to fix it yourself, which as a professional, I always say, leave it up to us, but if they are not doing it in the first place, then that's on them, unfortunately. So what happens is, a lot of times, like you see with male pattern baldness, the reason that everyone loses the hair on top and not here is just because the hair is a lot more dense in through here, right? It's just throughout the sides and the back, your hair is always going to be thicker, obviously depending on the person, but for the most part, that's the case. So what happens is, if you are not getting a haircut properly, or you can simply be getting an amazing haircut, but if it's still too bulky and it's not laying properly or feathering back or looking nice, well, it needs to be thinned out, all right? Now, what does thinning hair mean? That's a technique. It doesn't mean when someone says, I'm gonna thin your hair out, that you're gonna end up looking like me. You're gonna end up being a bald guy, or the hair's gonna look very, very thin, or like you're losing your hair. If done properly, it's actually a technique designed to remove the weight from certain areas of your hair. Lots of the time, so you can see right through here, it's used with a scissor like this, which is a thinning scissor, or a thinning shear, or a razor is used to and you've seen me do it in my videos where you're scraping off some of that excess weight. Now what that does is it cuts, different parts of that hair strand, so it's not chopping it all off in one section, it's like leaving length, cutting off the length in between each strand. So you're removing the bulk and the weight. If you are at home, right, you can invest in a pair of scissors like this. You can get them on Amazon. Again, do this at your own risk. I suggest just saying to your barber, your stylist, hey, my hair is very thick and bulky on the sides. Can you thin it out a little bit? I like the length, but it's too bulky and too heavy. Maybe just thin it. They should know what to do. So if you are going to attempt this on yourself, or if you are a professional, it's pretty much the same technique. What I like to do is do it on fully dry hair, because when your hair is dry, you're going to actually be able to feel that weight much better as compared to when it's wet. Because when the hair is wet, it's going to lay much flatter. The cuticle is more expanded when it's fully dry, so you can see that bulk, and then you can see how you're removing that weight. You're getting a real-time feel. What I like to do, first thing, is to run my fingers through the hair and, like I mentioned just before, feel, right? Feel for that bulk, feel for that heavy area, because that's going to really be a key indicator of where you need to remove that weight from. If you start going like this, right, and your hair doesn't feel heavy, and you start removing too much weight from there, well, the hair can end up looking a lot thinner, and you don't want to do that. So we're going to feel, and what I like to do is, everybody's different. I don't like to go right on the scalp like this, okay? Because to me, sometimes, if you don't do it properly, you're going to end up chomping off pieces of hair really close to the scalp, and you don't want to do that. So what I like to do is I'll lay the scissor in, like so, the one blade in, and then the one blade on top, and I will rake my fingers to it, and as I'm raking my fingers to it, I will then close the shear, open and close the shear on a very kind of fast method like this. I'm not going in and chomping like that. You can do that, but to me, I like the more feathered, softer, and more natural approach, because what happens is when you do it this way, you're actually able to really do it in a minimal way and progressively remove that weight. If you go in and you just do a huge chomp, you may take too much weight off. Again, if I'm going to do a big chomp like that, like right here is very, very thick, I'll go in and I'll remove the weight and see what happens. All this hair is going to come off. Don't freak out. The length is still here, but it's a lot less heavy, okay? A lot less bulky. Same thing in the back. If your hair, you're running your fingers through it, oh, my hair is so heavy. Just go by feel. Lift it, and you're cutting probably from the mid shaft or the middle part of the hair and out this way, okay? Again, I don't like to go right down on the scalp. I like to go where the hair feels the heaviest. Same thing on the other side. It's really a matter of just getting used to this. And believe it or not, if you are a professional, and you have clients who have hair types that are very, very thick in certain areas, like I just mentioned, this is going to be literally a godsend. This is a great technique, very, very helpful, works great on men's hair, Works great on, any hair type really that needs this. And if you're doing this yourself at home, then it's going to really, really help you out. And let me know in the comments below if you tried it and it worked.